So I thought it would be fun.
Oh, God.
So these are my 3 godlike moves I would make in the NFL. So these are just like overarching wiping things. So my first one is I would move the Chargers back to San Diego because they have absolutely not done well in LA. Like they don't appear to have a fan market. When I went to an LA Chargers game there were not that many people there. When you see them on the screen, it tends to be other teams that are in their stadium, not the Chargers fans. So I think move them back to San Diego where they have a base and they have history, and San Diego would be happy.
Okay.
So that's my first one.
Right. So far there's a load of people in LA at the minute, like... And that's SoFi Stadium.
Yeah.
Okay.
Number 2, I think it would be interesting if you were able to sell picks to get more cap space so that you could sign more free agents and or make trades. So I think that would be interesting. And then my third one...
Wow, you are...
I'm going full God level. I just thought it'd be fun.
You are on this tonight.
Wait, my third one, which I think you're going to really love, is if you don't get to the playoffs in 7 years, you have to sell your team, which would mean right now that the Falcons and Jets would be for sale and the Saints and Colts would be in trouble. Voila, my 3 God-level moves that I think would be super interesting and introduce so much chaos into the NFL. The San Diego Chargers thing is just a personal thing.
Yeah, because the NFL needs some chaos, right? It just needs some chaos.
But the San Diego Chargers thing, it's just a personal thing I have. I also know friends from San Diego who were always really annoyed, and still to this day are very annoyed that the Chargers moved.
Maybe we should get rid of the Ravens and send the Colts back to Baltimore.
No, but then the Ravens have to go back to the Browns.
Go back to the Browns.
So
and then we just have this massive... Right, I'm going to go through these one at a time. If you don't get to the playoffs for 7 years, you have to sell the team.
That would mean the Falcons and Jets have to sell right now.
Yes. I mean, look, I get where you're coming from with it. It's like you have...
failed.
But then, as we've just talked about before, if you can be the world champion and only 5, I think 5, maybe 6, have ever repeated...
Oh, yeah. But this is the playoffs. This is not the Super Bowl. I'm talking playoffs.
I know, but like...
And I thought 7 years gave it enough for like 2 coaching changes.
14 out of 32.
Yeah, but like, and I thought 7 years gives you enough like for 2 coaching changes. Like if you hire the wrong coach and it goes badly, you've got time to fix it.
But you've seen in Denver, right?
You just have to get to the playoffs.
But you've seen in Denver.
Yeah, aren't they not happy?
They didn't go to the playoffs for 10 years, so...
I know, and they're not happy they sold their team and got it.
No, but what I'm saying is... If you do a Russell Wilson style move,
yeah, so they've saved themselves in 7 years.
You cannot get back to the playoffs in 7 years because you are dead in the water at that. Well, they did, but like not for how many years?
But it was within 7 years. That's why I picked 7 years.
Yeah, but when they went to that Super Bowl in 2015, they didn't go back to the playoffs again in 7 years.
I know, so they had to sell. And they did sell, and it did work out for that fan base. So
what would you think that would do to the value of teams?
It would probably drive it down, but...
And I mean, you could argue at $9.6 billion for the Seahawks, then are we getting...
Ridiculous.
I mean, where does that place it in sport?
It's the
most in the NFL. I don't think is it the most in world sport for a franchise?
I believe so, yes, it is.
It'd be up there.
Because
I know the Lakers are valued at 10.
Oh, no,
the Lakers went for 10, didn't they? Something like that, yeah.
The Lakers is first and now Seahawks is second. Chelsea's like way down for like other football.
Oh.
It's not even close.
So I get that. The practicality of it, given that the owners have to constantly then agree to who comes in. I mean, it'd be fun and it would force teams to be good and to care and to...
Also, you wouldn't get a thing like what's happened to Jets fans for 50 years. Like,
Lions as well. I mean, you can't say the Ford family don't care about the Lions.
Oh, no.
But you would have sold them.
Yeah, you would have sold them
multiple times over.
Yeah.
So then that linkage to Detroit...
Well, this team would probably still be in Detroit. As we went through a few weeks ago,
but the Ford family, that linkage to Detroit would be gone.
The Ford and Firestone family, actually.
I know, but like that's... I get what you're doing. Next one, sell picks to get cap space.
Yeah.
Now, that must mean then if you're buying picks, you lose cap space.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, that's kind of like football transfer-esque.
Yes.
Almost.
I thought it was
just no player.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's an interesting concept. I mean, yeah, I mean, you look at teams that needed something desperate, like when a team's needed quarterback. I mean, what would be the value of a first-round pick?
I don't know. You'd have to decide it, but I thought that was interesting.
You'd almost have to do the Jimmy Johnson-esque. Like, it could be 20 million.
Oh, yeah, but like I think you'd have the for sale is what that is, and then that would be
But then if you're the number one team and you get 20 million, well, what's that going to do?
I just mean if you're trying to get a free agent or something.
Yeah, I understand. I mean, if you're then going, oh, well, I'm just going to go and buy a quarterback.
Because, like, Myles Garrett could have gone to a different team, because if you could trade for picks and then sell some picks so you could get cap space to have his contract, because then you have those sorts of situations happening, where they go to teams where they're up against the cap.
I mean, luckily the draft isn't complicated at all. So this is just really easy to implement, right? Alongside a mega complicated draft system. I mean, I like the idea. I mean, you've had a wild weekend. I mean, all this art stuff you've been doing, and then you come up with this creative change. Have you messaged Roger Goodell?
No, but I think
I reckon there's a job in the NFL for you, because this is like
no, but if this happens,
wild.
If this happens, this will be hilarious, because then we can go back and we can say we talked about it.
Oh my God, you would. This show would be too small for you. I would be collateral damage. You would be off, sitting in New York in the NFL office, like ringing up, going, "You want to hear my next great idea?
Move the Chargers back to San Diego."
And that we will cover off. Hey, I mean, poor. I mean, they've got a ownership that doesn't invest massive. I mean, when they went and got Jim Harbaugh, that was probably the biggest push that they've done as an ownership model for a long time. They thought that they had their franchise quarterback, and probably still do.
Yes.
I don't see them moving off Justin Herbert unless this year they get to the playoffs and he can't win again. Then I can see them moving off him. I mean, did they have a massive crowd in San Diego?
I just think that they at least had fans.
But did they?
They did, yeah. But like, their stadiums were full. There were community events. But like, quite frankly, have you met a Chargers fan that's actually from LA?
I haven't really met many Chargers fans. That's the problem. They're not appealing outside of America either.
The Chargers, no.
No.
Imagine though if the Hilton family had got the Chargers. That would have been interesting.
That would have. So, I mean, there's so many of these questions about, you know, the Rams, you know, the Chargers and stuff. I wish there was a number 4 never be allowed to move a team out of its, you know, it's what's at home, its spiritual home. Because so many teams, the Raiders have been destroyed by this. Yeah,
but interesting, if you go to LA, there's more Raiders fans than there are Chargers fans, which is also the other thing. Like, that's ridiculous that you have a fan base that's not even based in that city anymore that has more fans than one that is there.
I'm not a Raiders fan in any way, shape or form, right? But wow, they've been killed by those moves. Oakland, 7 hours from Los Angeles? Like, give me a break. Well, that was amazing. Thank you. I enjoyed that.
I thought you would.
And that is our show for another week. So if you loved our food part, well, great. If you love the football, great. But if you love both, even better. Don't forget to catch up on all those socials. My name's Darran Lees.
And I'm DT.
And we'll see you back at 6:30 next Monday night.
Hey, thanks for watching. If you want to get more great content like this, don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell, and you'll be first to get access to everything. Anyway, for now, we'll see you at the next down.